Hello, good morning, everyone. So, class 9, and today we are going to start the new chapter called trigonometry. Okay, so in trigonometry, we are going to learn many things like we are going to especially learn about the right angle triangle. Okay, so trigonometry is mainly based on right angle triangle. Right angle triangle means a triangle having 90 degree on it. Okay, here 90 degrees money that is called uh, so that in that cases, so we are going to use the trigonometry formulas and all. Okay, so here you may have heard about the sine, cos, tan. Okay, so that thing we are going to utilize in compulsory math. That means in the trigonometry. Okay, so let us learn all about this chapter. So here we are going to learn about the Pythagoras theorem. So we are going to learn about the ratios and all. So we are going to learn different things. Okay, so you can see this page. You can see this chapter in page number 237. So we are going to learn about the right angle triangle. So here it is clear from this picture also. So right angle triangle is given. We need to learn some of the things, basic things like this is called 90 degree. Okay, so in a triangle, let me a little bit zoom in this thing. Okay, so here you can see a triangle, right angle triangle. Right angle triangle means what? A triangle having 90 degree on it. The 90 degree cosine the 90 degree that is called right angle triangle. So if there is, so there should be 90 degree. So there should be, this is called the reference angle. Let me write down. Okay, so this is called, we call it right angle. Okay, so we call it right angle, others we call it 90 degree. So this is called the reference angle. Okay, so if there is theta on it, okay, or any alphabet on it, so that is called reference angle. What do you call it? Reference. REFERENC. Okay, reference angle. Okay, so this one is 90 degree and this one is reference angle. Now the thing is that, so how to know about the opposite angle, hypotenuse? Okay, so what are these ones? So I will let me discuss you. Okay, so let me tell you all about this one. So you also make this figure. Then, so let me teach you. So here, so there is 90 degree, isn't it? Okay, the opposite of 90, the opposite of 90 degree is called what? It is called hypotenuse. Okay, so it is called hypotenuse. So you may have learned in the optional math also in during the class 8. In optional math there was trigonometry in your classes. Okay, so sine, cos, and the next one you may have learned about the Pythagoras theorem. That means h square equals to p square plus b square. Okay, so the same thing is over here. The opposite of 90 degree. The opposite of 90 degrees is called what? Hypotenuse. H. We call it hypotenuse. So there is reference angle. The opposite of reference angle is called what? So your 90 your angle ko thik ulto side kun cha ta. Okay. The opposite side of reference angle is ko thik ulto side. This is not the ulto. This is not the ulto. Isko thik ulto yeta ho. Okay. So the opposite side is here. Isko opposite side is here. Okay. So the opposite side of reference angle is called opposite. What do you call it? Opposite. The side opposite to base angle, so that is called this base angle ko opposite sa bhane, this is called the opposite. But I think you have heard this opposite for the first time. What we used to say in the previous days? So we used to say perpendicular. Let us write down perpendicular also. Okay, so I'm writing with the mouse, so it is a little bit difficult for me. Okay, so perpendicular. So this is the perpendicular. Perpendicular means it is a straight line. Okay, so otherwise we can say it is the opposite of reference angle. Opposite of reference angle is called what? So we call it opposite also, or we can call it the perpendicular. So I mean normally we have learned as perpendicular, but it is also called what? It is also called opposite. Okay, and it is represented by OPP. Okay, it is the short form of opposite, OPP. OPP is the short form of opposite. Okay, so hypotenuse, HYP also we can write down, HYP. Otherwise, the more short form is H also. Okay, while doing the calculation, we use H. Perpendicular P. Opposite is also called perpendicular. And where there is both 90 as well as reference angle. 90 the reference angle, theta buckle like the side next to the angle. That means, so if it has both in a simple manner, if we learn, then if it has both 90 also and reference also in a same line, two line match, both 90 also, okay, 90 degree also, that is right angle also, reference angle also, then this is called adjacent. What do you call it? Adjacent. Okay, so adjacent, it is represented by ADJ. ADJ. Okay, ADJ. Otherwise, this is also called base. What do you call it? Base. It is represented by B. Okay, so let me go to the normal way. So if we have learned in the previous days, then this was called hypotenuse. Only the slanting was called hypotenuse. The opposite of 90 degrees, so reference angle was called perpendicular. And if it has both, then it was called base. But in class 9, we need to learn a little bit more. That means the opposite of reference angle is also called opposite. Okay, can you remember? The opposite of 90 degree is called hypotenuse. Okay, so that it has the same name. But if it has both 90 also, it has the reference angle also, then what do we call it? We call it adjacent. Okay, adjacent. It is represented by ADJ. Okay, so either screenshot this picture or copy this quickly. Okay, so pause the video and click it, otherwise use it quickly. Okay, so let me pause the video. Okay, let me clear everything. So let me go to the next number. So next page. Okay, these are the questions that we are going to do it. Okay, so I have again drawn this figure myself, and here, so what do you call it? This is called right angle. So that means 90 degree. What do you call it? This is called the reference angle. Do this again. Okay, so this is called what? Reference angle. Right? Reference angle. So if there is angle, then that is called reference angle. If there is 90, then that is called right angle, otherwise 90 degree. So what do we call the opposite of 90 degree? What do you call it? Opposite of 90 degrees is called hypotenuse. Okay, hypotenuse. And the opposite of reference angle is called what? Isko opposite kada eta. Okay, what do you call it? So the opposite of reference angle. So there are two words. Okay, there are two words for that one. So either we call it perpendicular. Okay, so isko opposite one yo. It is called perpendicular. Otherwise, what we can call it? We can call it opposite also. Opposite pani banda huncha hare. Okay, and if it has 90 also, if it has reference angle also, both the side, then what do we call it? Yes, it is called base. Otherwise, we can call it adjacent also. Okay, so this is called base. Otherwise, we call it adjacent also. So here I have written this one. Okay, so the opposite of 90, that means side opposite to 90 degree is called what? Hypotenuse. That means it is represented by HYP. Okay, hypotenuse. And the opposite of reference angle is called what? So the side opposite to reference angle is called opposite side. That means opposite. OPP, opposite. This side is also called opposite. Otherwise, we can call it perpendicular also. So this is also called perpendicular. Perpendicular सीधा line त यहाँ पनि छ. This is the slanted line. Okay, अलिकति छड्के छ तर सीधा line त दुईटा छ. Here is also the सीधा line. Here is also the straight line. Okay, So if it has two straight line, then we always follow the reference angle. Reference angle कहाँ छ? टास्सेको line हैन, opposite line. The opposite of reference angle is called, this is called perpendicular. Otherwise we call it opposite also. Okay. And the next thing, there is 90-degree also. There is reference angle also. So what do we call it? If it has both, then we call it adjacent side, or else we can call it base also. Okay. So I hope you have already copied this again. You can make all these three figures again, so that it will be easy for you. So more you do, more you learn. Okay, so pause the video again. So let me go to the next number. Okay, so I have given you the question over here now. In this figure, now tell me, I want the answer from you. So what do we call it? This is called 90-degree. This is called reference angle, isn't it? Now tell me, so AC is what? AC. So there are three options. One is opposite. Is it opposite? Is it hypotenuse? HYP hypotenuse? Or is it adjacent? Okay. So what do we call it? If it has both the right angle also, it has reference angle also, then what do we call it? Your line like AC like from A to C. What do we call it? This one? A to C, AC. It's called what? It is called base. Okay. So it is called base, otherwise what do we call it? Base like the it is called adjacent. Okay. It is called adjacent. And always write on in the bracket base. Okay. So this is the base. Why it is base? Base tala huन्थ्यो त होइन. So where there is both 90 and reference angle, so that is called base. यो दुईटा line जुन छ नि दुईटा angle. Okay, so दुईटा angle भएको ठाउँलाई what we call it? We call it base. Okay. So next one, AB. Where is AB? Here is AB. Let me do it with the next color. Okay, so AB. It is opposite of what? This line is opposite of, okay, 90-degree. The opposite of 90-degree is called what? The opposite of 90-degree is called hypotenuse. Okay, we call it hypotenuse. It is also represented by H. HYP, otherwise H. This is the hypotenuse. Understood? Why it is called hypotenuse? Because it is opposite of 90-degree. Okay. So next thing. So next one. So now the last is BC. Your BC. Okay. So it is opposite of what? You have to data angles. That means your cosine opposite. Okay. So what is the opposite of this number? Okay. So theta is there. Theta means, theta opposite means it is the opposite of reference angle. So what do we call it then? The opposite of reference angle is called what? Is it called opposite, hypotenuse, or adjacent angle? Sorry, adjacent. What do you call it? Opposite, hypotenuse, or adjacent? So the opposite of reference angle is called opposite. What do you call it? We call it opposite. And opposite like ke pani baniन्छ? We call it perpendicular also. What do we call it? Perpendicular also. So this is called opposite, OPP, opposite. Okay, and this is also called perpendicular. Okay, so this thing we need to memorize. Is it okay? So do the screenshot, otherwise pause the video. So hope you are understanding it. So opposite of reference angle, the opposite of reference angle is called opposite or perpendicular. The opposite of 90 degrees is called, so this is called hypotenuse or H. Right? This is the short form of hypotenuse. And if the side has both 90 degree also and the reference angle also, if it has both the angles together in the same side, then what do we call it? That is called base. And this base is also called adjacent. Okay, so base like everybody mansare. So base is also called adjacent. ADJCENT, adjacent. Okay. Okay, let me go to the next number. Hope you have copied already. Okay, so if you have not copied, so little bit rewind it, and you can see the video again. So since it is a recorded version. Okay, so now you can let me give you a little bit work over here. So sketch each of the following triangle and label opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse with respect to the marked angle theta. Okay, so which angle, which number you want to do it? Okay, let me do this number. Okay, so let me do one of the number. So let me do number. Okay, so what do you prefer? Okay, so number D. Okay, number D. So let me do number D. Okay, so we just need to write down the name, whether it is adjacent or opposite or hypotenuse. Okay. So no need to write down the arrow and all, so because it looks a little bit dirty. You need to make the figure first. Then after that, you need to write down whether it is adjacent or what. Okay. So it's just here. Here is reference angle, isn't it? The opposite of reference angle is called what? Hmm? The opposite of reference angle is called what? Either it is so. Is it called opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse? Hmm? Look at here. So this is OPP. Okay, O means it looks like theta. It looks like theta. Okay, and opposite ma P also. That means it is perpendicular also. We memorize in that way. Okay, so O means it looks like theta, so it is the opposite of theta. And after O it comes P. That means it is also called perpendicular also. Okay, let us memorize in that way. So here, so it looks like O. So let us write down it as opposite. It is the opposite of this number. Okay, so next one. So this is 90 degree. Okay, opposite of 90 degree. So what do we call it? Okay, so what do we call it? We call it hypotenuse. Opposite of 90 is called hypotenuse, that we know it. So what is remaining? So this one, where both 90 degree and base is remaining. Okay, so sorry, so 90 degree and reference angle is there. So what do we call it? So it is called adjacent. Others we call it, we can call it base also. ADJ. Okay, so D लाई उल्टा गर्ने हो भने B हुन्छ. That means it is the base. So where 90 and this they are landing, land कहाँ गर्छ? Base मा base land गर्छ. That means if it has both, then that is called base. Otherwise we call it adjacent. If it has both, then that is called adjacent. Otherwise we can call it base. If it has both, then that is called adjacent, base. Okay. Opposite of 90, it is called perpendicular. Sorry, hypotenuse. Opposite of 90, it is called hypotenuse. Opposite of 90, it is called hypotenuse. Opposite of 90, it is called hypotenuse. So opposite of theta, that is, it looks like O, that is, it is opposite. Opposite of theta, it is called opposite. Opposite of theta, it is called opposite. Okay, so in that way you can memorize. Okay, so let me go to the next one. Please do it as a homework. You need to make this figure. Okay, make this figure and you need to label it. So whether this is what, this is what, this is what, so you need to make it clear. Again, do not make it in the congested way. Okay, let me go to the next video again. Next slide. Okay, so now, so in so your optional teacher has also maybe has taught you about this rules and all. So sine means p by h, cos means b by h, and tan means p by b. Okay, so how to memorize this one? So p means perpendicular. Okay, opposite of 90 is called hypotenuse. We have learned. So opposite of theta is called opposite. Opposite is also called perpendicular. That also we have learned. अनि दुईटा केमा ल्यान्ड गर्छ बेसमा ल्यान्ड गर्छ that means this is base that also we know it hypotenuse perpendicular and base okay so sine means what it is p by h so how to memorize this sine equals to p by h cos equals to base by hypotenuse tan equals to perpendicular by base how to memorize okay so some rhymes are there okay so one rhyme is there so with the help of this rhyme we can easily know this formula okay so okay so one rhyme is there so let us learn this rhyme okay so this is in the English version this is in the Nepali version okay so you can learn anything and you can memorize the formula of sine cos and tan very quickly and you can memorize till your lifetime बुढो भएपछि यो बच्चा नाति नातिनाहरूलाई नि सिकाउँदा हुन्छ okay so let us learn this rhyme some person has curly brown hair turns permanently black okay एउटा मान्छेको कर्ली ब्राउन कलरको कपाल थियो अरे wait a minute okay so there is a rhyme so some person has curly brown hair okay curly brown hair थियो अरे turns permanently black so खैरो कपाल पनि कालो भयो अरे okay so in that way you can memorize okay some person has curly brown hair turns permanently black okay so here so sine okay so let us learn the formula of sine sine means p by h some portion has that means sine equals to p by h portion means p has means h p by h is it okay so curly brown hair just memorize the first initial only okay first letter only curly brown hair that means cos equals to b by h brown means b hair means h okay so turns permanently black means tan equals to p by b tan equals to p by b okay so in that way we can memorize it and maybe yeah next teacher has already taught you okay otherwise we can go by the Nepali version also okay so there is a Nepali version rhyme also oh okay so this was taught by my student okay so in the previous days so let us learn this one also okay Nepali version listen this is little bit comedy over here so sine pen harayo साइन पेन हरायो कसले भेट्यो होला टेन्सन पर्यो बिचारालाई अरे ओके ओके सो साइन पेन हरायो साइन इक्वल्स टु p by h कसले भेट्यो होला cos equals to b by h टेन्सन पर्यो बिचारालाई that means 10 equals to p by b okay so in that way you can memorize it okay so let us learn this rhymes for 5 times per day okay so 5 times per day एक हप्तासम्म फरर गर्ने you will never forget in your lifetime guarantee okay so this is a guarantee it is like taking the medicine 5 times per day okay and learn it 7 days okay it is the tablet which is given for 7 days okay 5 times per day 7 days ko लागि so learn it you will never forget that means by so okay suppose if you are asked 10 means टेन्सन पर्यो बिचारालाई p by h sorry p by पर्यो बिचारा that means p by b otherwise we can go by the next one also turn permanently black that means 10 means turn permanently black p by b okay so in that way also you can memorize p by b okay so cos what is the formula of cos भनेर सोध्यो भने cos means curly brown hair that means curly means cos brown means b hair means h b by h okay so in that way we can memorize them okay so let me go to the next slide okay so hope you have understood let me go to the next slide okay so here so you are actually find out the value of sine a where is a okay sine a eta a भनेर denote गरेछ so where is a here is a let me take it here is a that means this is the reference angle in this case sine a if it is sine b sin b the 90 degrees or your b hundaina if there is sin c then this will be the reference angle okay if it is sin c then this will be the reference angle okay let us do this first okay so suppose this is the reference angle sin a this is the if reference angle is a there is a that's why the reference angle is a the opposite of a is called what reference angle को opposite लाई के भनिन्छ perpendicular. Okay, opposite, otherwise we can call it perpendicular. So if it has both reference angle also, it has perpendicular also, that means 90 degree also, then what do we call it? Reference र 90 degree दुईटा भएकोलाई what do we call it? We call it base. And the opposite of 90 degree is called what? We call it hypotenuse. Okay, so this is the reference angle, that's why this is the value of PBH. If this is the reference angle, then the value of PBH will be different. H will be same, but P and B will be different. Okay, so let us see. So sine A equals to, what is the formula of sine? Sine. Okay, sine equals to some portion has, that means P by H. So P, what is the value of P? P भनेको के छ त? So P means BC. P means BC. Right? Base, B is AB. B is AB. And what is the hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is AC. Okay, hypotenuse is AC. AC. So what are the value of H? H means 5. So base is 3, and perpendicular is 4 centimeter. Okay, so so P by H is the formula. So P means BC divided by H is AC. Is that okay or not? So what is the value of BC? BC means 4 divided by AC is what? AC is 5. So 4 by 5 is our answer. Understood or not? Okay, so here, let me show you here. So 4 by 5 is our answer. Okay, so if the base is A, sorry, reference angle is A, then this will be the value of P and B. अर्को question हेर्ने ल. So this is A. Did you understand or not? This was the reference angle. A was the reference angle. Now next question ma ke cha? The same question number 2 ma हेर्ने. So in number 2F, what is the question? Find the value of 10C. Okay, what is the reference angle here now? What is the reference angle? C is the reference angle. If the reference angle is C, okay, let me draw the marking over here. So what is the reference angle? C is the reference angle now. Our value change huncha. Very okay. Now this is the reference angle. This is 90 degree. So what do we call it? The opposite of reference angle. So in your mind it should be said, hey, reference angle ko opposite means it is opposite. Reference ko opposite is called opposite. O, okay, so theta ko opposite man O opposite. So OPP, that means P for perpendicular. We call it perpendicular also. P. This means it is a perpendicular. So 90 ko opposite, what do we call it? The opposite of 90 is called hypotenuse. And this is called what? This is called base, where there is both 90 and reference angle. First of all, be clear, eh? What is hypotenuse, what is base, what is perpendicular? Be clear about that one. Perpendicular is also called what? It is also called opposite. Base is also called what? It is also called adjacent. Okay, and hypotenuse is called hypotenuse. That you need to be clear. Okay, opposite, कसको opposite लाई के भन्छ भनेर याद गरौँ. Then after that, perpendicular is, so what is the name of perpendicular? AB. Now it is AB now. अघि अर्कै थियो, अब अर्कै छ. Base. What is the value of base? Base is BC. Let us write down BC equals to 4 centimeter. And hypotenuse is AC. AC is 5 centimeter. Let us write down AC equals to 5 centimeter. Then what is the formula of 10? 10 means tension paryo bichara lai. Paryo means P, bichara means B. Okay, so P by B is our formula. Okay, so P means what? AB. So B is what? BC. So AB is 3, BC is 4. So 3 by 4 is our answer. Okay, so in this way we need to solve our answers. Hope you have copied everything, you have understood. Okay, if there's any problem, you can send me your queries in your comment box. Okay, so and your work today for the work, I'm so sorry I couldn't give you much homework today. Okay, so you may be very sad for not getting so much homework. Okay, so let's get ready. Question number 1, this is your homework, and question number 2, this is your homework. You need to make figure. Okay, if A is the reference angle, so in each question make the figure. make us write down the value of PBH also. Okay, so here is A is the reference angle, A is the reference angle, A is the reference angle. Here, what is the reference angle? C, C, C is the reference angle. Okay, so so this question number 1, that means just you need to find out which one is opposite, which one is adjacent, which one is hypotenuse, and this one you need to find out the value. Okay, so this much for today. Question number 1 and 2 will be your homework. Okay, so bye bye everyone. Have a nice day.